Hello, beautiful love light. Welcome to my channel, Heart Rhythm Healing. I'm Jamie. I'm a certified Reiki master and self-proclaimed spiritual maestro. I got a vision of myself standing as a conductor in front of you, beautiful symphony of love lights, being a conductor of all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time. It was a super cool experience, and that was sort of like downloaded into me where I was like, oh, spiritual maestro. I kind of like that. So that is what I, again, self-proclaimed call myself. It is what it is anyway. So yeah, and what I do is I send life force, healing life force, divinely, specifically code energy for you, beautiful love light, out into the world. And you are able to tune into that flow of those energetics through the harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble. And there's a link to that in the description box below. If that sounds like something that you would love to dive into the flow and waters of, please come and join me in that space. It's super cool. You get that energy whether you're like ever go into that space or not. The subscription that you have, you are receiving those energetics sent specifically to you for your highest benefit every single day. And then I go live in there every Tune In Tuesday. That's what I call it, to do a live session for the healing life force energy transmission. And then I also go live on Wednesdays where I do a Wednesday weekly card pull where it always ties in. It's so uncanny to me how it ties into the energetics of the Tune In Tuesday session. Like for instance, yesterday's session was, we had the full moon in Virgo, and it's opposed to the sun in Pisces. And so I was really feeling like this pull right between those two polarities, really, of this the oneness of our humanity and spirit, which Pisces is very reminiscent of our like ethereal nature and our intuition, and more like it's a water sign, so it's more of our emotions, but it's also very tied into intuition and that like ethereal quality of what makes, and like our spirit, what makes humans, well, reverse that, what makes us as a spirit spirit. And then the spirit having this human experience, which is what Virgo is. Virgo is earth sign, like very earthly and grounded, and very much a part of like the like physical world, which we are very much a part of this physical world. And so what I was really feeling drawn toward underneath the Virgo full moon was this idea of realignment and really flowing into a more supportive and what's the right word? Words escape me these days, y'all. Like a more pleasing harmony with the patterning within our lives, right? So these mental patterns and emotional patterns and like behavioral and physical ways of being. And then of course our energetic and spiritual and cosmic patterns, right? That I'm still learning about. I don't know about you, but anyway, and today in the weekly card pull, the card that I pulled out of this super cool deck that I have, it's the just spirit cards, this oracle deck. I love the artwork. Was Warrior-S, and I'm gonna read it because why not? It was number 7. So the cool part about that, the like synchronicity or confirmation in that was the full moon was on the 7th, and I pulled the 7th. So I shuffle and then a card pops out. That's how I pull cards. And so that card popped out of the deck and it was number 7. So when I'm just going to read you the little bit part where I was like, no way. Okay, when Warrior-S steps forward from the cards, it's a reminder for you to be in alignment with your deepest purpose and apply yourself to it with open-hearted fierceness. Like, yes. And that was totally what the session was about yesterday, was just dialing into that, like realigning with your personal highest expression. And that's what we do every week in that space. And then again, I send those life force energetics every day for your benefit so that you can tune into it whenever you need to allow the densities and the blockages to begin to dissipate and break apart, and allow them to flush down your grounding cord into Mama Earth, where she lovingly receives and accepts all of that, the dead, dark, nasty energy that no longer serves us. She pulls it in and decomposes it, which is what she's supposed to do. And it breaks apart and becomes life supporting, nourishing nutrients back into the soil, like this nutrient dense energetics that only our mama can do. It's just so cool. Y'all, it's so I freaking I love all this stuff. I geek out on it if you can't tell, but it's what I do. It's what I'm passionate about. That's why I call myself a spiritual maestro, not because I'm a master, no, but just because I am that maestro standing in front of this beautiful symphony of all of you twinkly, beautiful love lights playing your own beautiful melodies. That you are the expert. Like you know you better than anybody. And so all I do is I just open this online sacred healing medicine space for you to have the opportunity to flow into a more pleasing, harmonious connection with your highest expression of self. So again, if that sounds like something you're interested in, come on over to the Harmonic Vibrational Attunement Ensemble. If you just want to kind of like come into that high vibrational space and check it out for a little bit, come to the harmonic.us. That's in the description box below. It's at no cost to you. It's just my free group. I'm looking to build. So what I want, this is my vision for the harmonic.us and the Vibrational Attunement Ensemble, is a space where all of us can gather, where we can speak to who we're becoming, not who we've been, not focusing on the limitations, but limitless thinking, where we can come and really like build people up and say, hell yeah, that's possible. You go. Where you're not like, well, I've tried that before and it didn't work. Like, no. There's plenty of that shit online for y'all to go participate in. Like if you want to dive into and unpack all of that stuff, and you should, we all need that. I'm not saying like I'm not a proponent of spiritual bypassing by any stretch of the imagination, but there's plenty of places and spaces for us to go and vent. There just are. My group is not the space for that. My group is the creation station. It is where we are going to speak things into existence. Everything that we want to manifest, we are going to talk about it as if it's happening. We are going to encourage each other. We are going to stay in that high vibrational state because that's how it happens. That's how co-creation happens, is when you talk about it as if it's like, yes, like 100% possible. And it is beautiful, lovely, whatever you want to manifest, whatever you want to birth into this world. Make no mistake, if it is, it might not happen how you envision it. I need to make that clear. However, it will happen because if it's on your heart mind, that means it's possible, and it's possible for you. It just takes focus and commitment to take the inspired action steps and stay in the space of belief that it's possible and you can do it. And that's what the harmonic.us is. That space is where I want people to come into that space and be like, yes. And I realize we're all human and it's probably going to be, it's not going to be perfect. However, that is what that's my vision. That's my dream. That's my goal, is that we have this beautiful high vibrational space that doesn't need to be policed because everybody is building each other up, because that's the world that I want to see, where we don't need someone correcting us. We can do that on our own. We just need somebody encouraging and supporting us all the way. So that is what the harmonic.us is. That's my heart. That's what I want. And we are going to dive into the energetics of this fucking awesome Mayan Galactic Calendar that I was introduced to by another beautiful love light that is speaking energy and love and awesome guidance into, I just started listening to her most recent. It was the Timeless Tarot. Like, Cassia's stuff is so on point. She's so dialed in, and so many things that she speaks about, I'm like, yes, like it just resonates. I have an affinity for Miss Cassia for sure. I've never met her in person. I hope that is possible. I hope we can do that someday. Maybe, who knows, whatever. But yeah, she's awesome. Her channel, I have a link in the description box to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. And she is the reason I even know about this calendar. And so I do my best to give her a shout out every single session, every single video. But a link to her affiliate link to get the calendar, if you want to follow along with me, is down there. I highly recommend it. There's a ton of information in here. That's where I get most of my information. And then there's other online sites, like there's lawoftime.org. There's 13moon.com, which if you want to know your galactic signature, you can click on that and figure out. It's pretty simple. You just need your birth date, really. And then share with me what you are. I'm a white spectral wizard, so super exciting. We're on a white wizard day today. Not spectral, but whatever. And And we just turned the page yesterday to a new moon cycle that we're flowing through. So we get to talk about that today too. So let's dive in. We're going to start at the start. We're going to start at the top, this umbrella that we're spiraling through of the 13-year White Wizard wave spell. And just like today, so again, these energetics are amplified because it's a White Wizard 13-year wave spell and it's a White Wizard day. So the energetics of these code keys are amplified today, and it is enchant, receptivity, and timelessness. And again, like enchant in my what was downloaded for me, and again, it's whatever you associate, like sit with these. I'm not even going to say what I think it is because I want you to kind of like unpack it for yourself, but it's enchant. Like what comes up for you when you hear that word? What are the associations that you have? What meanings do you have attached to it, or feelings bubble up inside of you when you hear the word enchant or receptivity? How do you choose to be receptive? What are the avenues and the pathways that you utilize to receive? How are you receiving? Lots of people are really, 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 especially love lights. Light workers, the more sensitive humans on our planet, all you beautiful twinkly love lights, we are really good about giving, 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 giving. We have kind of a little bit more issue. And I think we're getting better about that. I think enough people have been speaking to it that we are improving. So yay us. But again, like we need to receive. And one of the things that dropped in for me a while ago, I don't even remember how long ago, is this notion of receiving where like, and I was thinking about the idea of giving, like giving a gift, right? Like, so if I wanted to like say, give somebody this oracle deck, which is angels and ancestors, and I love this deck too. But if I wanted to give this deck to somebody, I would first have to go receive it, right? Like I have to personally possess the thing in order to give it away. And so that's why receptivity is so important. If we are not open and receiving the gifts that we desire to give to others, whatever that is, friendship, like we need to receive friendship before we can give it away, right? We need to receive love before we can give love. We need to receive compassion and kindness and nurturing before we can give it away. And the best way to make sure that we're receiving it is to give it to ourselves, because we spend the most time with ourselves, right? Locked inside this loop of our heart mind, thinking, feeling, choosing, thinking, feeling, choosing, thinking, feeling, choosing. Round and around we go, right? We spend 100% of our time, from birth to death, with ourselves. So the best place to receive that is through your divine, infinite connection to source and you, beautiful love light, and begin to flow into harmony with that highest expression of who you are. Receive it. Really like receive it. And that's what I do in the harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble, because it's not just a one and done. Like you're not like, yeah, I received that, I'm good. No, that's not how it works. Every day. You have to, every day. That's why I send the energy every day, because I know you have to receive that every freaking day, sometimes multiple times a day. You have to be conscious and be like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh yeah, I want to do that. And it's not like, oh God, I wanted to do that. Damn it. And I didn't do it. Okay. You remembered. Yay. Move forward and do it next time. Like forgive yourself. It's okay. We all fuck up. We all make mistakes. It's okay. It's okay. What's not okay is beating yourself up, making yourself feel like shit because you've made a mistake. Who fucking cares? Mistakes are designed for us to learn from. And yes, we can make the same mistake over and over and over again. Repetition is how we learn. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. So again, receive, and then timelessness. Like really listen to these words and kind of like sit like, what do I think about when I think about that word? All right, so that's the 13-year White Wizard wave spell and the day that we're in today. Enchant, receptivity, and timelessness. I just almost forgot what I was saying. And then the next, so in this 13-year wave spell that we are spiraling through, we are 4 years in. So that means we're in a red self-existing moon year. What I love about the fact that we're in a red self-existing moon year is the juxtaposition of the code keys. So when I sat with the code keys, I absolutely saw this very like divine feminine of the red moon qualities and sacred masculine of the self-existing tone of creation qualities, and how they were, like being integrated throughout this entire year, which is part and parcel of the energetics that are flowing. Like if you go back in time to when Miss Cassia, she has a ton of videos just like a year ago about this divine union of the masculine and feminine energetics. And then fast forward to July, we dive into a red self-existing moon year where it's thrusting those energies together, which I just think is super cool. So we have the red moon qualities of purifies, universal water, and flow. What are those code keys? Like, what bubbles up inside of you when you hear purifies, universal water, flow? And then contrast that with the sacred masculine, I'm sorry, with the code keys of self-existing tone of creation, which are define, measure, form. So we have this structure, right? This form and this like flow and very like essence, so to speak. Anyway, so we're in that fourth tone of creation within the 13-year White Wizard wave spell, the red self-existing moon. We're going to drop down into the next layer, which is the white northern dog season of heart, this beautiful invitation to dive into our emotional bodies and learn the lessons that it's seeking to teach us. Those code keys are love, heart, and loyalty. And we have a 52-day castle of time that we are spinning through. And that is the red Eastern castle of turning. And that is just tilling up the soil within your heart mind to, again, pull out those weeds, the things that no longer serve you, all of those limiting beliefs and patternings that are just they're not serving your highest expression of self. And like, yank them out, pull them out, get rid of them, turn up that soil, begin to cultivate that soil so that you can begin to plant fresh intention, like seeds of intention that are going to take root in this freshly turned up soil that's, like broken apart. So the roots have space to like really take root, right? And then begin to nurture and cultivate these seeds within the soil of your heart mind space, the garden, right, of your heart mind space that you've turned, right? You've toiled, right? Preparing the way. So it's definitely, we're in a space and a state of preparation right now, which makes sense because we're, flowing into springtime, and that's the natural season for preparation and preparing the way for these seeds. Like this, it's so cool that it aligns with the actual growing season of our physical world. Next, we have the moon. We turned the page yesterday to a new moon. We're in the ninth moon, the ninth tone of creation within this red self-existing moon year. And it is the solar moon of intention. And those code keys are pulse, realize, and intention. So here we have this red Eastern castle of turning, where we're turning the soil, and we just entered the season of planting, springtime, this ninth moon, the solar moon of intention, where everything that I've been listening to astrologically has been talking about how freaking powerful the month of March is for manifestation and setting those intentions and really having them come to fruition. And now we have the solar moon of intention. Like, what are your intentions? Now is the time. If you have not taken the time to become super duper clear with what your intentions are, this is a beautiful opportunity and invitation for you to do that. Those code keys, this pulse, realize, and intention is going to be flowing throughout this entire month for the next 28 days. Well, I'm sorry, 27 days, because I didn't come in here yesterday. I apologize. It is what it is. It didn't work out yesterday, so be it. But I want to read this solar tone number 9. Engine number 9. All right. Pulse, realize, intention are the code keys again. From the perception of the multisensory human, the intention behind an action determines its effects. Every intention affects both us and others, and the effects of intentions extend far beyond the physical world. Gary Zukov is who quoted that. Tone 9 pulses the power of intention. Here we awaken to the realization of universal mind, which precedes and directs all manifestations of our physical world. We see the nonlinear emanations of consciousness which uphold this reality. We understand that information is perpetually sent and received by our biopsychic circuitry every moment, whether we are aware of the experience or not. As the ancients say, quote, whatever you put your attention on grows stronger in your life, end quote. Okay, that's crazy. I also talked about that within the weekly card reading, because one of the qualities of Warrior S is focus. And so I shared the little tidbit about the Native American adage. And again, I don't know the whole story, so I just remember the part that was told to me. So please forgive me for just stealing this one little part. But anyway, it is, every one of us has a white wolf and a black wolf that is at war inside of us. So essentially that's just a depiction of our light and shadow, right? And there's not, one is not better or worse than the other one, right? We all have light and we all have shadow. So the point is to love and accept all of our parts, right? But the child asked the chief, well, they're warring, which one wins? And the chief's response is, whichever one you feed, whichever one you give attention to. Where's your attention? That is your time and attention are your two most valuable commodities in this life. Being more intentional with both your time and attention, woo! Especially when you set your intention and take action toward it, focused, inspired action toward it, man, woo! You are a force to be reckoned with if you can take conscious control of your time and attention. I believe that. Solar tone challenges. What's going to challenge us? Harness energy information by directing it. Harness energy information by directing it. Take control. Set the intention. That's what we have the next 27 days. That's what we can do to really take control of our one wild and beautiful life that we have to live right here, right now, at least in this iteration, right? Pulsing is a way to amplify or communicate using mental, emotional, and spiritual energy united. Exercise your natural ability to be in telepathic contact. It requires clarity, connection, and like our body's pulse, a steady streaming surge of energy. Realize your vast capacity to broadcast your truths, both subtly and physically. That's so cool, super powerful. That's this whole month, y'all. 28 days, 27 days. All right, that brings us to the 13-day wave spell that we're cycling through. Oh my gosh, sorry, my eye just started itching. I think it's Blue Hand. Is that right, y'all? I have not been very good about popping in here during this wave spell. I think it's Blue Hand. Yes, we are in the Blue Hand wave spell. Those code keys are nose, accomplishment, and healing. And that brings us to today, the White Galactic Wizard. So we're going to read about White Wizard. My tribe. Ooh, ooh. It's the disco call. Any Beastie Boys fans out there? All right. White Wizard. Tribe number 14. I'm all over the map today, y'all. Tribe number 14 out of the 20 solar tribes that are in the galactic matrix. White Wizard, the color white is tied to the direction north, and the code key refines. So something is being refined in our worlds today. If you want to dive into what that is, all you have to do is just get quiet with yourself and ask. You will answer yourself. It might freak you out, but that's okay. Trust whatever comes up. What's being refined in my world today? Again, the code keys are enchants, timelessness, and receptivity. The opening little quote here is, this is White Wizard, untie the past or its impact will last. Don't worry or hurry to reach the future. It surely will never arrive because all we have is now. The White Wizard represents the power of the jaguar, the shaman, the night seer, the earth wizard. Wizard says, the time is always now. The present moment is your field of play. As the canvas of nature cycles, you are time. Being receptive to your inner autonomous sense of timing, being on time with yourself, assures you will naturally be on time with your outer reality. Enchantment emerges from receptivity to the expanse of the present moment. Wizards cast spells, enchantments. Spells are but personal myths that craft and define our lives. Spells remind us that words and beliefs have magical powers that generate states of fascination and entrancement. Words are how we create. By becoming conscious of the spells we are casting through our words and beliefs, we can refine them and thereby magically shift our lives. Yes. Receptivity invites authenticity, transparency, and healing. Blue Hand also offers healing, so that's cool. When we are able to receive one another, deep truths feel welcomed into expression. When we are able to receive one another, deep truths feel welcomed into expression. How do you receive one another? Like, how do you walk that out in your life? That's really cool. It's really cool. That just jumped out at me today. Connecting soul to soul without guard, the collaborative forces of enchantment are unleashed. Let us be receptive to the omnipresent sacredness of existence, complete with its blessings and its challenges. Timelessness is an energetic dimension which has been masked by a linear notion of time. Together, we are remembering that time is the universal factor of synchronization. The present moment is always a living oracle. May the wizards arise and break the spell of artificial time. Wizards, where are you? If you are a white wizard, I really want to know. Please, please tell me. Or if you know a white wizard, share my channel. I want to connect with them. And I just had a new friend. I think it's Joshua, I think is what I saw, is the yellow galactic warrior. So welcome, my friend, my yellow warrior friend. And your galactic tone is amplified today. So that's super cool, which we're going to read right now. The galactic tone, which is tone 8, because we're on the 8th day of the blue hand wave spell. I don't know where I'm going in my calendar. Here we go. The code keys of galactic are harmonize, model, and integrity, which we've just spiraled through the 8th moon, right? So we should be pretty familiar with those code keys. What is the best way to take in everyday life to lead one's life to lead one to life's ideal? The best way is to consider harmony as the first principle to be observed. That in all circumstances and situations and conditions, one should try to harmonize with one's fellow creatures. Harmony is the most essential thing in life. In plain words, inharmony attracts inharmony, whereas harmony attracts harmony. And that quote comes from Hazrat Inayat Khan. And I remember I kind of struggled with the idea of like being in harmonization with one's fellow creatures. And I think I mentioned like a couple days later that I had an epiphany where I was like, yeah, no, like I think that's totally possible that we can be in harmony with one another and still like maintain like your vibration, right? Like just because you flow, like that's how you create that resonance, right? Like when you hit one tuning fork, it begins to vibrate at that same level. And again, I believe it makes its own tone, but it begins to vibrate in harmony, right? So you begin to harmonize. So you're actually seeking to draw the maybe people who are in harmony, right? Like whatever, I don't no judgment, but like for those that might be in a lower, I don't even know the right way to say it, y'all. Disharmony, maybe, discord. Like the more that we take control of our energetics and flow into this harmonization, we actually like allow for others to do the same, if that makes sense, right? So anyway, that's all I want to say. Is the last one of the last times that I read this, I kind of had a little like ego moment, I think, about like, meh. But I'm human too. I have my moments. So having explored the distinct resonances carried by subtle vibrations, we can focus on harmonizing, generating a pleasing combination of elements. Whether this means establishing inner harmony or in relationship with others, Tone 8 calls us to align our conduct with the integrity that we may genuinely model the truths and ideals we believe in. One definition of the code integrity is the state of being whole or undivided completeness, as modeled by the harmonious whole of the galaxy. This tone reminds us integrity requires consistency, unwavering adherence to the wisdom and grace of our personal values. So, again, that's that consistency of the harmonic vibrational attunement ensemble, right? We need those energetics every single day, and it's consistent. Like we need a shower, like on a consistent basis, right? Like you don't take one shower and never shower again and expect yourself to be clean. Although I struggle with that too. I don't have a problem with people not showering. But anyway, that's another story. Additionally, although I do love showers, I don't know if I need them, but I love them. I love standing under the water. I love that. I love that feeling. I love water, period. And I'm a water sign, so that makes sense. Not that you have to be a water sign to like water. I think I read that. Unwavering adherence requires consistency. Unwavering adherence to the wisdom and grace of our personal values. Additionally, harmonization requires not compromise, but pliability, willingness to bend, to meet others, to let go of personal attachments for the greater good. As we each uniquely stand as conduits of harmony, we act as mutual role models for one another, inspiring the establishment of galactic culture, actualizing the harmonious potential of our global society. And the end quote comes from Peace Pilgrim, and it is, quote, "Blessed are they who translate every good thing they know into action. Even higher truths shall be revealed to them." All right, so we're going to read the daily affirmation, which is in the description box below if you want to follow along. And then we're going to take a deeper dive into the Blue Hand Wave spell and today's day, which is the White Wizard, the White Galactic Wizard. We're going to read more characteristics of the White Wizard and ask the question of the day for us to sort of sit with, and then we'll get out of here. So the daily affirmation for the White Galactic Wizard is, I harmonize in order to enchant, modeling receptivity, I seal the output of timelessness with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of endlessness, because endlessness is the guiding power of the day. Is there anything else about today? Nope. That's it. All right. So we're going to go to, the link is into astrodreamadvisor.com. And the question for day 8 is, how do I resonate harmoniously with the new golden octave or the new energy on Earth? White Wizard qualities: integrity, heart knowing, alignment with divine will, magician, shaman, jaguar, night seer, priest, I'm going to add priestess, and magic. White Wizard is the magician whose powers are activated by wisdom that emanate from the heart. Such wisdom is not the intellectual understanding known in Western culture. It is the wisdom that comes from an alignment of mind and heart, this heart-mind coherence. An open, trusting heart is a refined tool of perception. Allowing yourself to not know opens the door of the mind to a deeper understanding of the universe. White Wizard asks you to fully utilize this aligned mind to participate in magic. And remember, you are magic, beautiful love light. You just are. White Wizard invites you to step into self-empowerment. Empowerment comes from self-acceptance, integrity, and commitment to your evolution. Self-empowerment is not to be found outside of oneself. Anything outside that brings you empowerment also has a divine foundation within you. If you feel a need for the approval of others, look to self-empowerment. Approve of yourself, beautiful love light. When you feel effectively engaged doing what gives you joy, your energy naturally expands to include more of who you are, and magic flows synchronistically into your life. Claim your alignment with the highest wisdom. Call forth divine action in all that you do. Align your own will with divine will and your essence self, what I like to call your highest expression of self. Be transparent, innocently allowing magic to come through you rather than needing to create it. Again, because you are magic. Open to heart knowing and limitless possibilities. Beautiful love light. So fun on this White Galactic Wizard day as we dive into the solar moon of intention and we get really clear about our intentions and we just continue to spiral forward through all of the energetics that exist all around us all the time and calling upon them to help build us up and give us exactly what we need when we need it. I just adore you so very much. I'm so thankful for you and that you're coming into this channel and you're listening to these broadcasts. It means the world to me. If you've been coming and showing up, a handful of times, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. That would really help me out. And I'd like, I don't really know that there's a way that I can like see who's subscribed. Like I haven't figured that out yet. If there is a way and somebody knows, let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's just nice to know that people are finding me, right? And connecting with this information. And as always, like time is our most precious and creative gift that we get to like reciprocate and share with one another. And I'm just so very thankful that you have chosen to share your time with me in this space. I do not take that lightly at all. It means so much to me. I'm so thankful that you're here. Beautiful love light. And I just truly like love and honor you. And I'm just, appreciative. But if you liked this content, tap or click the thumbs up. That helps me too. If you want to get notified when I go live, hit the bell and it will let you know. But yeah, until I go live again and I share about the Mayan Galactic Calendar, beautiful love light, please do me a favor. Go shine your beautiful love light. Mwah. I love you.